Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 49 minutes of chess, so one more minute than usual. We have risen up to 2,914 subscribers, so hence the extra minutes of training. And yeah, for today, it's a bit of a late stream for me, so probably I'm not going to go over the limit by much. But yeah, somehow with my schedule, I seem to be one or two steps behind everything, so hopefully by tomorrow I'll catch up with everything and then I'll be back on schedule. Yeah, everything is just taking longer. I only just had dinner and it's midnight or something over here. But yeah, today I wanted to just get on with some tactics training. I actually played a 90-minute plus 30-second game today, and I managed to win. So this was a really nice result, and the final 5 moves of the complicated double-edged position, I played it engine perfect. So yeah, I'm proud of my results. So far that means I've scored 1 win and 1 draw of my classical games this trip so far. But yeah, time to do some tactics, and what I'm going to do is we're going to do some Woodpecker to start, and then we're going to move on to some miscellaneous puzzles that either viewers have sent me or friends have sent me, and I even found this study of Olympiad tactics, which looks kind of fun to do. So yeah, we're just gonna do a bunch of different tactics today. So let's do it. Let's go. Right, so we're on to exercise 400, still on the intermediate level, still doing Alekhine. So let's take a second to evaluate and then try and solve. So 1 pawn down, they've got a lack of development on the queen side. We've got X-ray pressure on their king. We've got bishop, knight and queen attacking. We've got rook on e1 pressuring. Our king seems safe from any checks. So at first glance, what candidate moves do we have? We've got our checks like bishop takes g6. We've got captures, knight takes g6, maybe bishop takes d5, but both look a bit odd. What about threats? We've got f5 maybe, with a discovered attack on the queen, right? The rook on f1 is also on the line of the queen. f5 looks promising. Nothing else jumps out to me immediately. Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. So let's start with our check. Bishop takes g6. So bishop takes g6, we're winning the queen if they don't take it. So bishop takes g6, knight takes g6 is forced. And then what? What candidate moves do we have here? If we trade everything, we're just going to simply be a piece for a pawn down. And since we're already a pawn down in the position, that's not going to be great. After bishop takes, knight takes, if anything else, I guess we could go rook e7. They can't take with a knight. If they take with the queen, we go queen takes g6, king h8. And do we have a follow-up there? So I'm talking about this line. Bishop takes, knight takes, rook down. If queen takes, check, king h8. I guess here we can give another check. If they block with the queen, then we can take the rook, so they need to move with the king. And how do we feel about this? Don't feel great about it, I must say. So any other moves after bishop takes g6, knight takes g6? Any other promising moves? What if we change the move order slightly? So bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, and rook in. Well, then they can just block the queen, and we got nothing, so that didn't work at all. What about if knight takes, and now rook check? Is this any better? This looks pretty promising. Because now if the rook blocks, we take it. If the king moves, we pick up a free queen, and then we're a whole exchange up, and their king is weak. So it looks like this must be it. Simply winning a piece with a discovery, and yeah, if they take, we can go here. So this is what shallow calculation is about. I'm not really going full ham on absolutely being sure that this is either working or not working, but just seeing enough of the reasonable moves to see if it's worth moving on from, or whether it actually just wins. And here we see that it just simply wins. So, so okay, he decides to move the king. But already we won a pawn, so we won a pawn back, so that's already very significant. And here, okay, we need to have another thing. So what options do we have? We've got another check. We've got rook e7 still, which looks even more promising. Maybe f5 if we just want to keep the status quo and keep this strong attack. We can also take the exchange. Let's not forget about that. So, and that's why it's very important to always look at all your checks, captures, and threats, because sometimes you'll just miss a move like this, or I will. So, okay, let's look at our check first, knight e7. Black has two candidate moves here. Don't really see the follow-up. Let's say king h8. I mean, we could repeat, and maybe on king g7 we might have something like knight f5, but nah, it's just not looking so good. So what about just winning the exchange? I mean, we take back and we're just very happy, right? So that's decent. But what about a move like rook e7? The queen only has one safe square, which is f6. And do we have a follow-up here? Well, this is a bit different, because now if we take the rook, they can take our rook. So that might be a problem. It doesn't look like we have an immediate move. So from everything we've looked at, okay, f5 is a consideration too. But then I guess they can move the rook away. And maybe it's unclear how we actually enter their position and attack. So to me, I think we just take this. And we just be satisfied and up an exchange. Yeah. Yeah, so we got everything. Perfect. What is the note saying here? If queen g6... Oh, it's rook e7. Yeah, I think we looked at this, right? And just king h8. Queen takes h8, king g8, queen g7 should lead to a winning position for black. Yeah, so we saw all of this. Nice, good stuff. Okay, we got a hate comment from London System. Let's go. So, buddy, you are so annoying. Quit yapping and play some chess. Nobody cares about your thoughts. Lovely. Let's see if I can ban this guy. Hey, let's go. I think we can report this. That's actually so sad that the guy plays the London System as well. He's literally doing the opening so dirty. Yeah, thank you for standing up for me, Medici. Yeah, literally. That's actually unbelievable. And the guy literally has like a real profile picture of his face on it playing chess. That's actually embarrassing. If that's his real photo, that's actually unbelievable. But yeah, anyway, I literally couldn't care less. Let's keep going. So, more Alyakin and black to play. So let's have another think. Let's evaluate the position too. I also think like these curveball comments are always like good training as well, because I mean in a chess match or like a chess tournament, there are so many things that can happen that just kind of like throw you off, and for you to like be able to keep calculating and keep thinking, like you just have to be able to do that. Like there's like if you are able to just get like completely knocked off your form due to like one stray comment or stray event that happens, then this is like a real risk. And when you're playing like a FIDE tournament, you can't ask the organizers, yo, can we just like have a day off for me to recover? Like, nah, you just gotta get to it. You have you're streaming now, so you gotta go? Okay, thanks for tuning in. DJ Razzle on Twitch, is that the guy or is that you? We have a common friend, I think. Aha. Okay, let me know who that is. But yeah, thanks for the support, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's have a think. So 4-5, 5, knight queen rook, knight queen rook. Okay, so equal material. Okay, so at first glance, this looks like a move jumps out immediately, which is just this rook takes b2, right? Because rook takes b2, if they go in the corner, just queen takes a2, and it's just GG. So rook takes b2. If they take with the queen, knight takes, rook takes, and we're up. Yeah, we're up like a queen for knight and rook, and we also have queen d1 checkmate. So that means on rook takes b2, rook takes is forced, but then we just go queen d1 check, queen c1 blocks, and queen takes c1. So here we don't even need candidate moves. Like if your pattern recognition just spots the move, and we've considered every single legal move, then we know we've got the answer, right? So here, yeah, I mean this has to be enough, right? I mean this is a checkmate, and if they take with the king, you would think that this is enough, but let's see if we can actually find something concrete. Knight takes, queen, king takes. What's the move here? Somehow, like, I want to like play a move like d5 just to get the pawns rolling and somehow like give the guy a fork if he takes the pawn, but I don't see it right now. So what? Okay, let's calculate this properly. So what checks do I have? I've got queen b4, queen b5, and c3. Queen b4, that forces king c2 or king c1. If king c2, if king c2, then we can push c3. I really like the look of that. Like his king looks super weak. The pawn is rolling down the board. I think we're more than happy here. Yeah. Okay, they don't even give a comment. They just say we're much better. Which, yeah, I'm pretty sure is just the case. So let's just see what Engine's next move is after this king takes. I don't know if you guys can see the Engine, but here it's saying queen b4, which is what I said, king c2, and okay, not c3. But c3 is also completely winning, and actually the Engine even prefers c3 than what it initially thought. So yeah, we're doing good. Nice. You're DJ Razzle. Okay, cool. If I'm ever checking out the Twitch kind of chess scene, I will definitely look out for your name. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Josh? Welcome to the stream. What has happened so far? We've been doing some Woodpecker. We got some wild hate comment from a guy called London System. So I don't know if I managed to ban him on my phone. I might be on the wrong account. I don't know if I'm signed into Chess Lifestyle, so I might need your modding assistance there, Josh. But yeah, what I was saying as well is, like, you know, you can't avoid these kind of curveball moments, and you need to be able to like consolidate your focus no matter what happens. And this is good practice for like tournaments, good practice for important games. So yeah, these curveballs are just an opportunity to practice this. So yeah, let's keep going. So let's evaluate again before solving. So we've got 6, 5. Okay, bishop for knight, pawn up. We have a queen entering on h3. Our king is safe from any checks. We can potentially like sack pieces as well, maybe like rook h4 kind of stuff with check. So okay, let's look at our candidates. Okay, also for the record, he's got this passed d pawn, which could be potentially strong. We need to be a bit careful about that. So what candidates? Okay, we've got queen h3, we've got rook h4. Those are our 2 checks. What about captures? We've got no captures except for rook takes h4, which we've already seen. And then threats. Maybe we've got the move rook e3, maybe with some queen trapping ideas. Or maybe even to displace the queen, right? Because I'm seeing already this queen h3 could be linked with this fork, but the queen is defending it, right? So rook e3 might be a huge tactic. I mean, rook e2 could be a threat as well, like disconnect the queen and rook to try and like attack. Yeah. Any other threats? Maybe this is a threat. Some pressure on the rook. Maybe we're threatening to play queen h3 now and pick up a material. So lots of threats with this rook. Any other pieces? Maybe a move like queen b7 or queen a8. It feels a little slow, but maybe there's potential. Or queen c6 even. Yeah. I guess this would hit the rook, but it kind of feels like, you know, in the wrong direction. So, okay, let's consider our candidate moves here. So we've got queen h3. If queen h3, what options do they have? They can't move the king because of the bishop. So the only move they have is actually to block. So if queen h3 and they block, then white is in trouble. Not really though, right? Like the queen is defending. So in this position, as a resulting move, the move that then crosses my mind to calculate is this rook e3. Because even if knight takes, rook takes, we've lost an exchange, but yeah, we're hitting the queen, we're threatening this. Now, one interesting move here that I've just spotted is if we come here, they might be able to throw in d7, and we've got to be very careful here because we can't take the pawn because then they can go queen takes rook, bishop takes, and we lose the queen on d7. Maybe. I mean, like rook here, knight takes, rook takes, d7, queen takes, and if queen takes, I guess we could throw in queen check first, right? And if they block, then we could take here, and if they block, we can take with checkmate. So actually, we can take the pawn. So rook e3 looks very promising. Rook e3, what if queen c2, or rook e3, knight takes, rook takes, queen c2. If we give this check, they can block, but then we still take here. So I think rook e3 is just completely winning. And if you see a line that is completely winning, you've checked all the legal moves, then you can just play it, right? Because there are no counter checks after rook e3. There are no, like, these moves don't do anything. This is, this does do something. It protects the rook. So, okay, it's important to check all the candidate moves. Got queen here. So in that case, if I give check, they can block, and I don't have an immediate win. So okay, let's consider all of our candidates first. What about rook h4? If rook h4, they can potentially move, but let's say they take it. Now the queen even protects h3, so I don't really see where we go from there, but maybe we've got this new diagonal. And speaking of a new diagonal, we should also consider this. What if we give this queen check here? I guess they can block like this. Maybe then we can give this rook move. Maybe they can defend. I can take and bring the other rook in. Then they can play queen f1. Don't know if it's really enough. Yeah, it feels like long variation, wrong variation kind of vibes as well. It's getting a bit deep. So rook h4 is definitely not working, right? Pawn takes. We don't have any checks, yeah. And then there were no other captures. The only threats we had were like this rook as well. What happens if we go here? Well, then they can unblock the queen and they're protecting that rook. So that doesn't work. What about rook e1? So the threat is queen h3. How can they defend? Well, if they take, we're going to take, and this looks pretty bad for them. I mean, they can go king h2. Maybe we don't have something there. Maybe we just got to change the move order there, right? We can play queen h3, get them to block, and then take, and then it's GG, right? So rook here is actually a big threat. So they can't take us. What can they do? If they preemptively defend this, well then that might be possible. Yeah. So let's go one more time. Queen h3, rook h2. Anything else that I'm missing? Now that we've done some extra calculation, maybe a different idea will jump out. No, I don't see it. Okay, and what about our threats? We still had some of these threats, which we didn't consider. What about these threats? I mean, at the very least, they can play a move like queen f3 and just block this. So I can't believe that this would be it. So rook e3, I come back to this move. So if they were to take once and then play queen b1, let's not forget as well, we're equal in material, right? Or are we even a pawn up? We're even a pawn up in this position. So if they were to go back immediately and we give this check and they block, we can at the very least take this pawn. Although they can take our rook. So yeah, this is not ideal. What about a simple move like queen h3, take the rook with check, force queen takes, and then just play rook here? And just trade into this endgame. If they defend, how can we even defend? Probably like this, and we take, they take. I mean, we're slightly better there, but... And we're also running out of time, that's the problem. Rook e3 definitely feels like the move, but can I justify it? Here I could take the pawn, and that looks like I keep the attack going. So maybe that looks very promising. Right, I can use one of these pieces to attack. So let's say they take queen b1. Does rook takes g3 actually have enough here? What if they play like rook here? Then I can give a check, and actually that's winning. Right, they can't block on any of these squares. Given I'm running out of time, I either play that line where I stay a pawn up and just trade, or I'd be ambitious with rook e3. And my instinct tells me rook e3 should be working, so I'm going to play it. And it's wrong. So there we go. Instincts can be tough. So it basically says, I can feel myself falling into a rating slump soon. Interesting. Why do you say that? So basically, like, if you can even predict it, that's actually a really good sign. Because then you know not to allow yourself into a rating slump. Like, there are so many things you can do when you feel like you're going to be tilted, right? You can train chess, you can study, you can play on ult, you can play a different time control. You know, so many things you can do. So don't just force yourself to play if you feel like you're going to play badly. Like, unless you're actually actively trying to practice playing well when you're feeling like crap. Then there can be an argument to play. But that's the only reason. Like, you shouldn't feel like you have to grind when you're not in the mood. But wow, rook e2 actually wins. That's crazy. So rook e2, why did I dismiss this move? I think on the basis I said if rook takes and we go queen h3, they just go rook h2. And I don't see the follow-up. So if rook... What else can I do? So if rook takes, what is our point? It almost feels like this is a typo, like rook e2. What is this? Rook takes... just calculate all the forcing moves. If rook takes, I don't have to give the check. I've got alternatives there. After rook takes, then go rook takes, and now queen h3. And now the queen has to block, and we just completely win. I think this is also the problem with calculating with bias, right? Because I had certain prejudice of like my intuition, and I had this prejudice that like rook e3 was the move, and then it was very difficult not to play it. Whereas if rook e2 and I just calculate it properly and I consider all the forcing moves, then it's very easy. Yeah, so that's a shame I missed this. I mean, yeah, if we're calculating cleanly, then this is something we'll always see. Say hi in Malay? I can't, Jan. I can't. But I can say hi in Cantonese, and that's good enough. That's good enough. Wait, Aliakin gave up a rook with rook f5? Oh, Aliakin was the one getting wrecked. Oh man. So we see another game where world champion loses. That's painful. Damn, rook e2. So Aliakin missed the move as well. Let's just check if my rook e3 move is as garbage as I thought. Okay, so basically says my puzzle rating is going down and my vision is recently not good. So I know from previous experience that my rating will probably go down in the next 2 weeks or so. Right. So what I'd say in moments like that, take a break from puzzles And for the record, Jan is definitely roasting me as opposed to useless, basically, just in case there's any ambiguity there. But yeah, I would say take a break from puzzles, take a break from playing. Maybe if you are playing lots of Blitz, just play some Rapid instead. Or if you're playing lots of Rapid, play some Classical. Wrecking is hello in Malay. I almost don't believe it. What the hell is wrecking? But no, I mean, basically in Malaysia, everyone speaks English, Cantonese, Mandarin, and Malay. So if you can speak any one of the languages, it's probably all right. Yeah. But yeah, just to finish my points, basically, I mean, I would basically just train. If you feel like you're off form and you're not having a good time, just train something else. Like, use this time and an excuse to train your endgames or train your openings or something. Oh, Alakine getting wrecked becomes wrecking. I'm not even going to try and justify that. That's unjustifiable. Knight e3, rook e3, I guess queen b1. Queen c4. Of course, the queen can go anywhere on this diagonal and still protect the rook as well. That's poor from me. Yeah, and the problem is we don't have time to go rook g3 here because they can actually go queen f7. Oh, that's a real cold shower. Wow, and d3 now. What a line. What a comeback line. That's a really cool line. Yeah. Right. So basically, yeah, we need to calculate without prejudice, and this is something that, yeah, was a really good point in the Jonathan Rowson book. Like, yeah, having preconceived thoughts about the position can definitely affect your ability to just cold calculate. So that's what you got to be able to do. Yeah, the average person that speaks 4 languages, no joke. I mean, probably 3 languages. I feel like, well, the Malay residents probably speak Malay and English, and maybe some Mandarin. Then you've got like the Chinese residents who either speak English, Malay, and Mandarin, and then you've got the other side of Chinese residents that speak English, Malay, and Cantonese. But I'd say at least half of the Chinese residents speak English, Malay, Mandarin, and Cantonese. So, yeah, they have both. Yeah, I realize the layout is kind of off for the engine evaluation, but yeah, it's what to do. It's a concept album. You're wrecking. Yeah, again, no comment. Okay, let's calculate this. So, how are we doing for time as well? Okay, maybe I'll move on to my puzzles, my other puzzles after this one. So, got knight, knight, bishop, bishop, knight. So they've got the bishop pair. We've got 1, 3, 6, 3, 6. We've got equal material otherwise. Maybe we're ahead in development, right? They haven't developed their bishop on f8. Their king is still on e8. Anything else to note? Maybe their knight on b6 feels a bit tender. The f7 pawn feels a bit tender. Yeah, looks decent. So, okay. In this position, what candidates do we have? We've got knight takes f7. But okay, let's do this properly. Let's try and just look at all the forcing moves in order, right? So let's look at queen a4 check, which hangs a queen, but it's still a check. What captures do we have? We've got knight takes f7. We've got knight takes c4. What threats do we have? Maybe queen h5. Threatens checkmate in 1. Queen f3 does as well, but it's not a safe square. Maybe d5 reveals the bishop. Don't really see anything else. So let's go one by one. So queen a4, knight takes a4. Nothing there. Knight takes f7. Well, firstly, let's get rid of knight c4 first. Knight c4, if knight takes c4, you do have queen a4 check now. And however they block, let's say queen d7, we do get to play queen takes c4 and we win a pawn. Now, winning a pawn isn't such a bad idea if there's nothing else to do. And that definitely wins a pawn. So maybe it's knight takes c4, but let's see if we've got any better. Knight takes f7, king f7. Don't really see a follow-up. Queen h5, g6. Yeah, nothing bad. So then threat, queen h5. If they played g6, don't see anything there. So okay, knight c4 is. I will happily take a pawn. Alternative. Interesting. Did I miss any candidate moves? d5 was one of my candidate moves that I forgot to consider. Let's say they take with the bishop. Then I can take here. Queen takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. So I win back the pawn that I sacrificed, and his king is super weak. So d5 looks very promising. Any other moves to consider? What if they take with a knight? Then I go knight takes, bishop takes, and now I don't really have a follow-up. Although I have queen check. So now that the knight is gone, I've got a queen check, and that also looks very deadly. Like if the king moves, I've got this fork. Well, okay, there's a bishop still on d5, right? We're looking at this line. But it also looks very promising. Like queen a4 now even is playable. If the king can't castle, I feel like that's compensation. We even got like bishop c5 check, and looks horrendous. So yeah, d5 looks very good. Yeah. Oh, so I played like Alekhine. Alekhine just won a pawn. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, queen e4, and just took the pawn. But a bishop pair and long diagonal gave some compensation. Right. If d5, there is no defense to bishop. You can take the knight and get this check. Note that after knight takes d5, queen e4, king e7, rook a d1 with a winning attack. I also thought bishop c5 looks very promising here. Let's just double check bishop c5 is still winning. I'll be very surprised if it's not. Yeah, it's still winning. That's good. And in this position, let's just see how much different. I guess d5 is actually much better than my plan. And that's the thing, right? You've got to look at all of your candidate moves, and I just forgot to consider this candidate move, which I'd had as a candidate move. I just completely forgot to calculate it. So remember your candidate moves as well. Yeah, this is completely winning. But okay, the saving grace is that at least Alekhine missed it as well. So if bishop takes, the point is we can take here, and the king gets stuck in the center, right? That wasn't. So you can also play queen a4, but this is also really good. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Cool. So on that note, I'm a trainer of a talented junior on Friday. Okay, that sounds exciting. Does he go by the name of Steven? Knight takes c4 easy. So, interesting yarn that you should say knight takes c4 easy, and then only 3 messages later suggests that d5 was your first intuition. Very suspicious. Yeah, Alekhine caught Lakin. Wait, after rook a d1, knight takes c3, your queen hangs. True. I guess at the very least you can play like a move like queen a3 check. And if the king goes back to e8, you can take the queen with check. And if the king goes to f6, you can take the knight on c3, and you've got discovered checks for the knight. It looks very strong. And the queen is still attacked. So I believe that must be winning. So I think that's that. But yeah, what I'd like to do now is take a look at some of the puzzles that have been sent to me by viewers and stuff. Yeah, Steven doesn't talk to me anymore. Bro got FM and was like, yo, I'm done. I'm done with these guys. Honestly, can respect it. Man deserves a break. I'm not even going to read that out, Jan. Do you know how to hyperlink a different trainable on Chessable? I do. Oh, do I want to get into this now? What is the way to do it? It's been so long since I've done it. Yeah, you add some code next to the move or the sentence, and then it'll work. Remind me, Lucas. Drop me a DM on Discord, and I will find the code that you need to put in. I wrote it on a document somewhere, and I'll send it to you. So, yeah, just give me a reminder. Okay, so this is a position that a friend of mine called Yanis, teammate as well on the Heflump Hunters team, sent me in this game. So yeah, this was one of his games, and he said he'd be curious to see what I have to think about this position. So let's give ourselves like 5 minutes to calculate and think. I don't even know if this is like some calculation exercise, but let's have a think and try and find the best move. Okay, let's start thinking now. Like the temptation to just tunnel vision this one line is so powerful, but it's really important just to see all the candidate ideas in the position before continuing, because it might become useful within the actual line that you want to tunnel vision. So okay, so let's discuss. So basically this position, white is a pawn up. We also have some tension on the knight. We also have this very juicy sacrifice on g6. But our queen is being attacked, so, you know, there's some stuff going on. Maybe we're lacking a bit of development, but, you know, statically we're doing very well with upper pawn, and, you know, our king is very safe, so I don't think the lack of development is that big of a deal. But the real crux of the position is whether knight takes g6 is just winning, and it looks very promising, right? Because knight g6, if they don't take and they move the king, I think we just win, because we take the queen, we've discovered check, we have to take our queen, and then we just take that knight, and that means we've won a piece and a pawn, so we're doing great. So in this position they have to take back, and now we've got some candidate moves. We've got like a check on h4, we've got takes on g6. Both look promising, right? So is there any more candidates here? I don't think so. So let's say we give a check. I don't think it's a check, but just in case. If we give a check here and they move king g7, queen h6 is checkmate. So knight g6, pawn g6, queen h4, that means queen h7 is forced. And then what? I mean, we only have two bishops and the queen in the attack. Somehow everything is held together. Unless we have some miracle move, I don't believe it's this. So, okay, knight g6, pawn g6, queen g6. And we have a big threat. What is our big threat? Actually, I didn't even see our big threat. I thought we had one, but now I don't see it. Because queen h6 is just met with queen h7 from black. And like the rook's defending here, the bishop's defending here, so I don't see it. Queen takes here. For the record, I don't even know if there's a solution here. Like, it might just be a position where it looks like there's something and it's actually not working. No idea what to expect, really. This queen takes. And I mean, like, this is even when we have an extra move here. Like, even if we don't have an extra move, what are we doing? And maybe we could try bringing the bishop or something, but don't really see it. Like, even if we could play bishop h6, they just move the rook, and then what? I guess here we could play this, and we'd be winning the exchange, perhaps, and even be threatening mate. So that looks promising, actually. So maybe we do have a threat here. So, okay, what happens if they play like a move like, I don't know, queen h7 now? I mean, that looks pretty annoying. Although, let's not forget, the knight is still hanging. So if he plays any defensive move with the queen that allows us just to trade and pick up the knight, then we've won like 2 pawns, we were a pawn up anyway, so we're 3 pawns up, right? So knight g6, very, very promising. How else can they try and defend? Maybe they can try use the rook. But again, we go queen h6, trade queens, and pick up the knight. So knight, and here, we're threatening to bring in the bishop, and we're also threatening to win the knight. So what on earth do they do? I mean, is this position not completely winning? What am I missing? What defense am I missing here? If they move the knight somewhere, I think we just play bishop here. We take the rook and hit the queen, so it's like really forcing in some ways. What about if we do this, they move their knight to safety somewhere, I don't know, here, and we hit this rook. What if they go, no, they can't go rook g8 because of this. I think this just looks really good. What if rook here? Does that defend something? No, I can still take the knight. So I think this looks really promising. Knight takes. Are there any moves I'm missing? It's a check, so he can't go here. So knight takes, pawn takes is forced, queen g6. What moves do they have? They don't have any good moves with the rook. Unless they go rook e8. No, again the knight is lost, so they can't play this. What about queen moves? No queen moves. What if they play like queen c7 to protect the knight? I guess we can give this bishop attack. They have to go rook e8, and then we can go this bishop f7 again. It looks completely winning. So no queen moves, no knight moves in that final position. This bishop has a load of options, but I don't see. Also, the knight has probably moved somewhere useful, but still. Oh no, we're talking about this position, right? So it's black's turn to move with the knight still here. So if they play like bishop here, defending the knight, we just bring the bishop in. Rook here, and then bishop f7, just completely over. Yeah, I think that's my line. So let's see if I am missing something. Okay, looks like I have missed stuff, so that's not good. Which is why also it's very important to understand your state of mind, right? Because as I said at the start of the stream, like it's past midnight over here. I think it's almost 2 a.m. So I'm pretty tired. I just didn't get time to sort my shit out today. So yeah, basically everything's kind of like backlogging a bit. So whenever you're tired, it's kind of risky to go into heavy calculation, and you should reflect on this in a tournament as well. But okay, let's see what people are saying. So knight g6, h6, queen h4, king g7, queen h6, correct. But there's this queen h6. And the annoying thing is I didn't consider that I can just pick up this piece here. When I first calculated this line, I completely forgot. And yeah, and then, but after, yeah, exactly, Josh. You just play bishop takes c6. Wait until Michael realized that knight hangs. Queen g6 doesn't work according to Lucas. Knight takes back the queen. What? Knight g6, pawn g6, queen g6. I don't follow. What do you mean king h7 has to be calculated? The queen is now here. There's no king h7. I don't see the problem with knight g6. Knight g6, pawn g6, queen g6. I think this wins. Probably less cleanly than this queen h4, which I didn't look deep enough, annoyingly. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was forced, and then I just didn't see a continuation there. Because sometimes, like, when you're looking at the attack, you forget to consider the whole position, which is why it was important at the start to properly evaluate, and I did properly evaluate, but then I just forgot. So having, like, a good enough short-term memory is also important. But let's see with engine. So knight g6 correct, h6, and queen g6 is a fail. Knight b4, which was one of my candidate moves, and then I gave this line. And this completely doesn't work. And I mean, this knight takes d5, I said bishop takes f8 is fine because I hit the queen. In the sense that, like, if they take my bishop, I take the knight, and I'm still happy here. But apparently not. Apparently this isn't... We're not happy here. Oh, we're not up in exchange. Oh dear. Oh, that's really bad. So yeah, we straight up failed this one. We straight up failed. I don't know what King H7 line you were talking about, Jan. So maybe I'll have to question how on earth you're 2200 yourself. But yeah, this knight b4 is not working out. Yeah, I miscalculated this. It's a bummer. Yeah, and this is the thing as well. Like when you calculate, you really shouldn't double check your lines like Queen H4 because I mean you have to have some level of confidence with your calculation. If you're so paranoid that you've missed something, you're never going to get anywhere. You're just going to go around in circles and run out of time. So you have to have that like confidence. But yeah, I mean, I just gotta see that as a free piece at the end. And for some reason, I saw it in these lines when calculating Queen G6 and didn't see it in this Queen H4 line. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Knight takes G7, King H7. What are you talking about? Knight takes G7. Where is this line? Okay, the comments have started to delete. I see. So we got knight takes the super G7 and the king to H7. But okay, I know what you mean. I know you mean this, I guess. But still, I mean, we calculated this at the start. We've got this check and we just take care. And it's fine. Am I tripping? Bro is literally on something else. Yeah, I don't know, Lucas. I don't know. The guy is on another level. King H7 taking his own pawn. Like, I mean, I guess you could try it. What is this line? What is this line from Rakesh? Firstly, welcome to the stream, but also, what is your line? Queen G4. The queen is already on G4. Ah, you're saying Queen H4, right? And this line, yeah. I actually feel really annoyed for missing that. I just have the free piece at the end. Okay, we got there, King G7. It's not 2 a.m. for you, Jan, so you don't have any excuse. But yeah, no, rats. We got this one wrong. But this is also why I've retired from this kind of chess, to be honest. Because I mean, this kind of like careful calculation, it can be done. And I mean, I managed to pull it off in Germany when I was like on top form and like, yeah, really seeing a lot and, you know, I trained 180 days in a row. But this is my first day back to like doing tactics and it's tough. It's not like super like easy for me to just do. And that is why, luckily, chess can be played in many ways and you don't have to play for kingside attacks in chess to win your games. So you asked your question, how does this do 2500, Jan? Well, without tactics. You don't need tactics to be 2500 online. You just need to play in the right style that gets you the W's. But if you want to be, let's say, 2200 FIDE, that's a different matter. You can't cut corners. You can't not be able to... You can't be failing at this if you want to be 2200 FIDE. You have to spot this every time. So I think for me right now with my chess, I can spot this in a tournament if I'm sharp, if I'm well trained, if I'm well rested. But yeah, if I'm not well rested and I'm not well trained, well then good luck. Like I can miss this every day of the week. Got this in like 2 minutes. I'm happy. Yeah, good stuff, Josh. And I guess the tactics are paying off. Yeah, if only I could drop some pieces, that would help. Adding clickable sub on Chessable was so tiring, by the way. Honestly, like Lucas, like I swear, like doing that Chessable course that I did, I sold my soul, like inputting it on Chessable. I mean, the grandmasters don't know how easy they've got it, because like all the titled players on Chessable, they get their courses imported for them. So they just have to make the files on Chessbase or Lichess, and then like some guy like just slaves away and does it for them. And if that's not motivation to get a title, I don't know what is. Like I literally spent so many hours importing onto Chessable. I wanted like you don't know how awful it is. And wait, Lucas, till we get to the beta testing phase, because there is no easy way to edit your work like in a really speed efficient way. It takes so long. And oh my god, I was literally spending 5 hours a day on Chessable edits for a whole week straight. And I literally wanted to like throw my computer out the window by the end. But yeah, what to do? I mean, if you want to get your name out there, and that's the thing, like no matter how much or how little money you make from your course, ultimately you're putting your name out there, and this is like a worthwhile course. Like if you're looking to, I don't know, get more job opportunities, more work opportunities, like it's a long journey. And I mean, unless you're gonna go down like some conventional path that has everything set out for you, then you've got to like hustle a bit and sacrifice a bit, right? So anyway, let's move on to the next one. Don't look. Rats, I already saw the eval. That already helps my position a bit. That's a bit of a shame. I seem to remember, so this is actually Yevgeny who sent this, who's one of our beloved viewers. And yeah, basically Yevgeny sent this to me and said, okay, there are multiple wins here, but one is really, really nice. So can we find the super nice win? Let's again take a couple minutes to think. Yeah, telling people I'm a chess author, it's pretty sick. I agree. Actually, maybe one concern I have for your course, Lucas, is that I feel like there are some repertoires currently on Chessable, but I feel like are very similar to your course, like in terms of like the repertoire that you're suggesting. So, I mean, one thing I want to double and triple check is, have you actually signed a contract with Chessable that they are going to publish your course once you have written everything? Because I don't want, for you to like import everything and then them just to say, we've got too many courses of this kind of opening, we're not interested in publishing your course. So yeah, like make sure you've got like all of that checked out. Okay, so first thing to understand about this position is we definitely have a lead in development. King safety is safe, their king is a little bit weaker. We've got this interesting pawn on d5 that can potentially thrust forward and achieve something. There are no queens on the board though, so this might be harder to like make some kind of combination work. The rook on a8 is a little bit vulnerable, like maybe after d6 you've got some bishop f3 ideas. So, candidate moves. You got d6, maybe bishop f3. Don't have any checks. Do any of our captures work? I don't think so. Like bishop takes b6 as rook takes b6, and then what? Don't see it. Got rook takes c8, but then just rook takes c8. Rook takes e7, bishop takes e7. Surely there's nothing bad. d6, no. So okay, no captures. Bishop takes a6. The rook can't take it, but the bishop can. d6 like feels right, but again, like when we're calculating, let's try and be like cold-blooded about it. Let's not mix our intuition and calculation in a detrimental way. We want to go for a flashy win. I mean, like h4 looks like a decent move as well. How do you actually make d6 work? d6 pawn takes d6? Do you actually have something here or not? d6 pawn takes d6, bishop f3, rook b8. Is there something here? Feels good. d6 pawn takes, bishop takes b6. But then he can push like d5 with tempo on the bishop. Man, I have no idea. I guess Yevgeny found this in his game, so credit to him. This might have been in his like immortal Scottish tournament. He mentioned that he got 4.5 out of 5, but he didn't mention that he actually won the tournament. He managed to win the Scottish Open, so no wonder he gained 70 rating points and reached a peak of 2030. But what is the move? The good news is if I lock in a move and it's also good, then that's fine. Like, I don't need to find the flashy win. Although it would be nice. Maybe bishop f3, like how bad can that be? I mean, you're literally threatening to push d6. Bishop f3 looks like a game winner. Bishop f3, bishop f5, d6, e4, then we can take on e7. Bishop f3. Bishop f3, rook b8. But I don't really know. It's so annoying. There's a flashy move here as well, like... How are they seeing this? I wonder if anyone in chat has got the right answer. And maybe I'm looking too flashy. I have to ask Yevgeny what the move is. I swear to God if I've missed something stupid like the last position as well. Man, I actually don't know. What would I actually play in the game in this position? I'm looking at crazy ideas like f4 now, in the sense that like if pawn takes, then at least we got this. Maybe f4 they just take with the g pawn, and like what have I achieved? I mean, maybe f4 pawn takes bishop f2? Is that crazy? Let's try and play bishop h4. I don't know. That actually doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It's like, I don't know if that's worth giving up a pawn. Man, I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm trying to push myself right now. Just take the L and go to sleep. I don't know. I don't know what move is best. Like, this feels intuitively what I wanted to play, but maybe it's just horrendous. Maybe I'm doubling his pawns. Like, why would I do that? How bad is just allowing this and just playing bishop e4? Like, this can't be bad. Or what about a positional move like g4 and just say that this bishop is cast? Yeah, and if we play g4, we completely lock down their bishop. If they ever play a5 to get the bishop out, we play bishop b5. And if they play bishop a6, we just play bishop c6. And this has to be 1-0. Like, we pick up the pawn probably as well. You know what? g4 looks like a fantastic move. If they ever play e6, we can push d6. Yeah, g4 looks like a game winner, actually. What if g4 and they try and play rook d6 to try and like develop their bishop this way? Maybe now we can do this and attack these 2 points. Maybe they play rook b8 to defend. Somehow the rook doesn't feel so secure here though. I have the g4 rook d6, I can plan this maybe. Try and displace this rook. I'm going to play g4. g4 is my move. Interesting how the first comment I see is Frizz. Welcome Frizz to the stream. That they've got h5, but I don't think that's a bother. If they ever take, I take back. I'm still defending it. I'm still controlling f5, so I don't really bother. Yo, Yassine, what's up? How's it going? This is a position from a friend of mine in his game, and he said that he had a flashy move here. I think that was his prompt. I mean, it was like a few days ago when he sent me this position. So I'm just having a go now. So let's see what people are saying. Is rook dc1 almost trapping the bishop? Maybe preparing with 1g4 first and then rook dc1. Awesome, Josh. I didn't combine the two. I think I looked at this and just thought, yeah, the bishop escapes, and I did consider this move, I'm pretty sure, right? But yeah, g4 first and then rook dc1. Fantastic. I don't know why I couldn't put the two ideas together. I still haven't signed a contract, but I'm pretty sure no one is suggesting the lines that I recommend. Lucas, the number one thing you have to do right now is sign that contract. Like, don't work a single more second on it until you sign that contract, because otherwise, you know, there's no guarantee that they'll actually publish it. Like, even if you have a completed, fully fleshed, finished course, they might just say no. So don't take the risk. Don't take the risk. Just sign that contract now, and then you'll be fine. If you want me to put in a good word, I can as well. Like, yeah, just drop me a DM on Discord to remind me, and I'll try and help you out with it. Because yeah, I'd love for you to publish your opening ideas. But for instance, I believe there's a course recently released by a player called GL Smith, who was actually a beta tester for my course, and he's actually a Chessable author who has released 2 free courses, which were extremely popular, like the Caracan for club players. Even I got it because it was free and it's a really good course. But he recently released his first paid for course, and if I'm not mistaken, the lines remind me of yours, like a little bit. So make sure to check that out as well, and also just sign that bloody contract because like Chessable don't give a crap like about like I don't know like whether you've written it or not, how good it is or not. Like all they care about is it worth their time to actually market and invest their time in, and are they going to get sales out of it? And if they think there's any doubt, they're just not going to bother, because I mean they have a lot of people who are writing for them nowadays, and yeah, just don't take that risk. Like it's not worth it. D6 looks promising. Yeah, this was the move that was on my mind, my intuition, but I just couldn't make it work. I actually really love Josh's idea of G4 Rook C1. I think that's just it. I don't see why we need to panic Frizz on H5. I think we can just chill. Oh, what are you saying? Yeah, there's just bishop takes G5. I didn't even consider this. I just believed you. I just believed you. Yeah. Knight F6, D6, E5. Right. So I believe the new course on Chessable from GL Smith is D4, D6, and then an immediate E5. So that is a little bit different. But in terms of a D6, Knight F6, E5, I mean, I guess against one E4, you're recommending D6 first, then Knight F6, E5, and that's similar to this practical Philidor that we were looking at last stream. So yeah, make sure that there's no overlap. So okay, bishop f3, which was one of my moves. Rook dc1 immediately, interesting. And this bishop d2, what is the point? Is the idea just this? I'm annoyed that I didn't even consider the idea, but it's actually very cool. I think that literally is just the idea. Bishop d2 and then bishop c3. That's so funny, just redeploying the bishops on these long diagonals and just saying GG. That's crazy. G4, there's a5, right. But then there's bishop b5, right? And this was what I was saying, how I feel really confident about this position, where rook b8 is probably forced to defend. And this is a lovely position. So okay, I'll have to check what Yevgeny said that he played. I don't know, but it looks like lots of strong moves here. But let's see if d3 loses the advantage. Yeah, d3 completely loses the advantage. So yeah, this is why you can't play on intuition. I mean, it looks like we're opening up some lines, but just there's nothing here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's discuss this on Discord, Lucas, because I have some contacts and I'll ask them to see what's best, because yeah, we want to maximize the chance that they actually take it, right? Bishop takes g5, not even good after g4. If h5, yeah, bishop takes g5 is fine, rook dc1 is fine, everything is fine. So yeah, a bit of a weird puzzle. I have to ask Yevgeny like what he found so special about the position. Maybe he played g4 and was like super happy about limiting this bishop. I'm not too sure. I'll have to ask him. First, as I played a friend blindfolded, he could see the board and I was destroying him, 1600 elo, but I blundered my queen and I made into oof. Yeah, that's how blindfold games goes. But yeah, I enjoy playing blindfold as well. Like, it's a good exercise. But yeah, guys, on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day. This was some good tactics. I mean, there's this study that I found on some tactics from the Olympiad. So maybe we can do some of these. Oh my god, there's 64 tactics from the Olympiad. Yeah, that's going to require a whole stream. There's no way that I'm solving these 1 minute per puzzle either, so that'll probably take 2 streams. But yeah, I'll keep this tab open. I'll save this link as well so I can do these next time. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all your support as always. And yeah, I'm gonna take a nice, good sleep. And actually, I can't sleep for too long because I have a classical match tomorrow. So that is going to be exciting. So hopefully that goes ahead. And yeah, another 90-minute plus 30. The grind continues. So yeah, on that note, guys, see you around. Have a good rest of the evening. And yeah, catch you on Friday. Adios.